This is a Gym and Tonic production.
I'm just looking up our sponsor.
Oh, our sponsor.
Information on our sponsor.
Give us our sponsor.
This week, they're Arvada German Garage.
Yes.
Yes.
We love them.
We fucking love these guys. I'll just read what it says on Google. Relaxed family-owned shop for Mercedes, BMW, Audi, and Porsche auto repair cells. Auto repairs with an owner who used to work for the IndyCar racing team, Newman Haas. He was on the pit crew for Mario Andretti. Newman Haas, if you don't know who that is, that's Paul Newman.
So cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. He's here in Arvada across the street. He also runs Arvada Motorsports.
Okay.
Is that what it is? He has another garage across the street from there.
Oh. Okay, word.
Yeah, he's great. He's a regular at the gym.
Robbie trains him. Robbie's his trainer.
Yeah, and it's nuts how he just fell into our laps. He's a great guy. He's helped me out multiple times with my car. I know
he helped me out last week. Huge help. Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, I'm not going to throw any other mechanics under the bus, but I went to another mechanic. I won't say who it is, but it's a commercial garage. I went there because and this is on my old Escape before I got rid of it. Before I got rid of my old Escape, the tires were balding really fast on the insides. So I took it to a mechanic, and the mechanic was like, yo, you got to go to a shop that specializes in alignments and shocks and all that. So I went to this, name brand place, and it was like, and I knew the manager. This is what's crazy.
Okay.
I knew the manager from Casa Bonita because he was a regular at Casa Bonita.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to see him there all the time, and cool guy. I really like him. And I thought for sure, I was like, the manager's here, I'm not going to get dicked over. And they went in, they quoted me, it was like $4,500. And I don't think he was trying to dick me over, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so I was like, fuck, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was like, should probably scrap the car. And then Mike was like, why don't you just bring it to my shop? And I didn't, because it's Arvada German Garage. I'm like, I have a Ford Escape.
Right.
You're like, I'm not. Yeah, and his high performance garage. Like, I'm not taking my car in there.
I know.
I'm going to go in there and they're going to like.
I felt the same way.
They're like peasants. What are you peasants doing in here with all the Audis and the Porsches? But it's not like that. I went in there. They quoted me half of what they paid. He worked with me on the payment.
Yeah.
He's a fucking great guy.
So such a sweetie.
And then you remember my Ford Escape.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I liked my Ford Escape. I never thought it was, but I remember when I first dated Sunny, when I first picked her up, I picked her up on a date, and she got my Escape, and I could just tell by the look on her face, and she was like, "What the fuck is this?"
No.
Yeah, and then so Mike. Okay, so it gets worse. So Mike, he's always talking to me about the car because he would fix the car, I'd take it him for oil changes, and he's like, "Hey man, don't you ever get embarrassed about driving that?" They just straight out said it, and I was like, oh no, I don't really care. He's like, yeah, man, I feel like you should be driving something nicer. So he built my car. It's a Mini Cooper. It's like a 2013 Mini Cooper.
Cool.
He took it apart. It's a new engine, new shocks, new struts. I mean, his new clutch, everything, and sold it to me for just what he paid for parts, just because it's like his hobby or whatever. It's like he builds cars, or takes cars apart. So yeah, Arvada German Garage is our.
Yes.
Shout out to Mike. Week. Shout out to Mike.
Yeah.
Mike Solis. He's the man.
Yeah, we love him.
Yeah.
Well, really quickly before we get into anything, I just want to, if you guys are watching, you've probably noticed that my other doggo isn't here because he died last week. And so we've just got little Bug here who has been very attached to my hip for the last week because she's missing her buddy. And it was a super sudden thing, and I'm very sad. But
it was extremely sudden.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So we're going to dedicate this episode to Spider-Man.
I will say, I didn't, you texted us and told us, you told Heido and I, and we're like, okay, we're going to cover the gym. And then you were there the next day.
I did come in the next day.
So you were like, hey, I'm probably going to be here all week. And we're like, okay, we got it. And then the next day you're going to be here.
Yeah, I was like, I know if I go in, I'm going to cry, but also I sitting here at home without him was so hard. And I was like, I just can't be in the house right now.
And isn't it wild too that your place of work is not just like a place that you dread going to? It's like,
I know.
Like, yeah, I probably shouldn't go in, and then you're like, well, that's my.
I know,
love
those are
being
my
there.
my
Those are
people.
Yeah.
And I was with Marina the night before because she was with me at the vet office when all this was going down, and that's like my best friend. And she and I said to her, I was like, yeah, I just don't think I'm gonna go to work the rest of the week. And she looked at me and she goes, you should. And I was like, well, no. Like, I was like, I need to, I need some time. And she goes, Amy, those are your people. She was like, that's your family. And she doesn't even come in, but she like just knows about the way that I talk about the gym. So she was like, you should go in. They're gonna be there for you. And I was like, well, that's really nice. Yeah. So anyway, but just wanted to get that out of the way real quick. So yeah, quick updates. The new gym space is coming along.
Finally.
We got the drywall delivered yesterday. We broke concrete. We're getting the plumbing. We're going. We're getting there.
I'll tell you something. If you don't know me, I'm not like a handyman. I'm like kind of man. Like, I work out and stuff, I guess. So I guess I'm a man there. But
well, and sometimes you like watch YouTube videos and figure stuff out.
Yeah, little things.
Yeah.
But I'm not like Heido, where it's like he's got a hammer and jackhammers and
he's
power drills, and he knows how to do everything. He'll. So this should tell you, I don't go to Home Depot very often. I did not know. So Heido was like, he goes, yeah, I just went to Home Depot and just paid fucking 3 guys in the parking lot to come and help build stuff in the. I was like, oh wow. I was like, that's real. And he's like, oh yeah, man, that's real. And I was like,
my God.
I was just thought that was fucking fake. I didn't know that was. He's like, no, man, that's a real thing. He said it used to be before the crackdown. Now it used to be, because they'd be like 60 or 70 dudes at.
Oh my God. I did not know that.
But it's kind of wild. Yeah, they're getting. I'll say this too, and we never really get into, like deep topics, I guess, like sensitive topics, and I tend to not talk about sensitive topics ever. When I worked at Casa Bonita for 21 years, and the staff, there was 250 people. We'd have staff meetings. I'd get in front of everybody. I would only talk about, for the most part, what was at hand, the business, what we're supposed to be doing. I'd never really talked politics or social issues, or, that stuff just, maybe, I guess it wasn't important to me, or I just never saw it as pertinent information. Same thing in Core Power Yoga. I've never said I've never gotten in front of a class and said anything until this weekend. Yeah. This weekend was the first time I said something ever. And, it is, I don't think, and I feel that you can be confident speaking about this, because I don't think it's a political issue.
No, it's
to me isn't what we're talking about, and what we're talking about, because Sheen, you know where I'm going with this. If you're listening, you don't know what it is, but it's just about the current state of the United States of America and this crackdown on immigration, and how the administration, or the crackdown on immigration, and how this current administration is enforcing it. Yeah, is just kind of wild. And
yeah, I mean, I think we can say that I think you agree with me, but I certainly disagree with it. I am against ICE, and the current way that ICE is yeah. You can deport people without doing what they're doing right now.
Yes, I feel if most people look at it objectively, I think everybody agrees.
The vast majority, the polls say, the vast majority of the United States believes what we're saying.
Yeah. If you look at what your goal is to really get out criminals, if that's what your goal is, you're like, hey, we're gonna find criminals, the rapists, the murderers, and we're gonna deport them back to their countries. The first step is through what I believe is what we've already been doing for years. Is like the police, it's the police that are finding people, and then once they get in the system, then you find out if they're
I mean, the vetting that's utilized for people who are here on asylum and refugees and stuff like that, like, we vet the shit out of them. Yeah. Like, they're in here. So I read a stat a couple days ago. 92% of people that ICE are picking up are not criminals. They have no criminal record.
Yeah, it's wild.
92%.
Well, this is why, and I think why what people think is like that we're like, for me, I'm upset about how they're handling the deportation, the enforcement. And that doesn't mean that we don't want, like, I'm not someone that's just like, yeah, fucking let everybody in here.
No.
it's not just open the floodgates. That's not. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know. I guess, from a theoretical standpoint or like a morality standpoint, maybe that is the way to do it. But if you're looking at the way that you're supposed to run your country with keeping things safe, I understand there's got to be a vetting process. There's got to be a way to get in. But if you look at what the objective really is, if what they're saying is like you're trying to get bad people out of here,
right?
It seems like that the efforts to do that would be through more. You put your resources more into finding homicides, violent crimes. That's where you would put your resources, to finding those people, and then through there, if you find people that are illegal, those are the ones that you're deporting. Like if it's really about keeping people safe and it's the murderers, the rapists. But what they're doing is not that.
No,
they're covering a wide. They're just taking wide areas, and their computer software is basically telling them this is where the most people are that were not born in the United States. That doesn't tell you if they're a citizen, if they're on visa. All it says is these are people that are not here or that were not born here. That's the only information.
Or they're going into cities that simply voted blue.
Well, that's first. We know that that's what they're doing. But the software that they're using, their technology that they're using is not about really catching criminals. It's just a wide... When they pick their areas and they go in and they're like, what are we going to target? They're just targeting, this is where the most people, it's not undocumented people. It's just people that aren't,
right.
Where they're like, this area seems like it's going to have more people that were not born here than other areas. And then they just go in and are just asking people for their papers. And what they're really doing too, what you just said, and what you did say is true, is that they're going into areas that the administration feels like slighted them. Mm-hmm. So it's becoming less about what the objective really is and more about a personal attack on other politicians and their areas. But really,
and racism.
That's really what it's deep rooted in. And I know we're getting off topic here.
No, I think it's important to say all this stuff, honestly.
Yeah. But if you think that right now, because I understand that there's people that are, and you can be listening to me and be like, yeah, but the illegal immigration thing's out of control. Like, I get it. A few months ago, I remember, and I had one of my clients bring this up to me. He goes, we had people knocking on our doors. They're wearing masks. They're from other countries. They just hardly speak English. You don't know. They're asking for work. They're coming to your house asking for work. In the middle of the intersections, the guys were coming up banging on your windows real aggressively, trying to get money from you for food. And I understand that there was a need for something to happen, but the way it's being handled, and you just have to understand this. If an administration is able to just go and target a specific group of people because they don't agree with you, or because you're trying to send a message to everybody like, we don't want you here, don't think that group will not be you at some point. Mm-hmm. Because it may be Hispanics from Venezuela and Haiti or whatever now. It could be soon homosexuals, artists, women, people that have
read Project 2025,
Muslims, Hindus, people that believe just differently than you, to the point where it's one political party, whoever's in charge. It doesn't matter who it is, what political party is in charge, and you just say, hey, if you're not in this party, we're coming after you. Yeah. And if you can't see that what's happening now is not that next step, it's good that it's going there. Like, you may be safe and you're like, yeah, get everybody out of here, but it's eventually that gun is going to turn on you. And that's why it's important that we stand up for rights, not just, especially for the people that aren't, like, for me especially, I will probably never get targeted, right? Like, ever. But I know almost everybody in my life at some point will be targeted based off of the demographic that they're in. If you can't see that that's not where this is going, so what are we saying? Because I'm seeing, and I don't want to badmouth anybody, but what I'm seeing most people doing is they're just making social media posts. And that's great. You can make social media posts, but what I would highly encourage everybody to do is to go to house.gov and just look up your representative of your district.
Yep.
And just reach out to them and tell them how you feel. And if you are someone that really believes that masked men kicking doors down, ripping women out of cars, busting windshields out, demanding to see people's papers, and if you don't comply with them, that gives them every right to fucking put bullets in you. Like if you believe that, then please emphatically tell your representative that that's what you want to happen. Please do. But I would think, and the majority of people that I know, and it's not just Democrats. It's not just blue. It's not just liberals.
No, it's, oh my God,
it's
no.
across the board.
Absolutely.
And they're
saying it's 70% of the United States right now is against this.
It's just, we're fed up with it. And that's like the best thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Is just, and also have conversations with, this is one of my clients about this stuff.
Conversations with your community.
With your family members. Yeah. Like if you have, it's the duty of Republicans right now to reach out to your governors or your, like whoever your representatives are in your district. It is imperative that it should be your civic duty to just voice your disapproval with this. It doesn't mean that we're telling you shouldn't be a Republican or that you should switch your party.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're not trying to tell you that you guys are wrong and we're like one side is right or wrong. It is not that whatsoever. We're talking about
human rights. We're talking about violence. We're talking about also, speaking of things that you can do, like small things, my girlfriend and I cooked a ton of food 2 weeks ago, and we have a friend who works for mutual aid, and we dropped all the food off to him because what's happening right now with these ICE raids and, you know, them taking people to detention centers, in a lot of cases, they're ripping away the breadwinners of the family, right? So they're taking men who are, you know, earning a living for the women and children in the family. And what's happening is they're throwing them in the detention centers. And then in a lot of cases, these women and children are becoming homeless. So we already have a homeless problem in Denver, but it's getting worse right now. So my girlfriend and I decided to cook some food for the unhoused. And so that's something you can do. And I can link you with my friend if you guys want. Also, we've been trying to go to the protests, not only just to be like, hey, you know, we stand against this, but also to learn information, because a lot of these protests, they'll have little booths of all these organizations where you can join or you can simply just donate, right? And you can help in some way. So we did that a couple weeks ago as well. It was freaking 5 degrees out. We couldn't stay the whole time because it was so cold, but we stayed for an hour. We got a lot of information about these different organizations that are doing some really good things to help prevent against what's happening right now. So yeah, you don't have to do anything crazy. You can call a rep, right? There's scripts online, guys.
It takes 5 minutes.
Yeah. Literally Google script for my senator.
Copy paste.
Yeah, honestly.
And just it's very simple.
It's very simple. There's no excuse not to do it. And I'm glad you brought it up because I think that, you know, normally I try not to get political on my business page, right? My business, I should say my business Instagram, because I have a personal one and a business one. And last week I did a whole slew of stories, and I was just like, I'm going to stand up against this, and like, I don't really believe this is political. I believe, like, I don't think it is either.
And I'm going to tell you this. I had a client reach out to me and was like, hey, I just want you to know I'm Republican. And I was like, well, because my client saw a post that I made on my story. And I was like, this has nothing to do with the political party.
Yeah.
You can't assume one way about me because of my stance on this.
Were they upset?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
not whatsoever. It was like, hey, I just want you. Yes.
Okay.
I think it's a human rights issue. Mm-hmm. It's just injustice that's happening. And if you don't think that this is coming for you in some way, shape, or form, you were sadly mistaken. It used to drive me insane when people would talk about Nazi Germany and the comparison to the United States now, and I was like, this is stupid. Like, it's absurd. I get angry about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is less than 100 years ago, and I understand that the timeline is different now. I get that. There was no social media back then.
No.
There's no, they had they're doing war with machine guns and artillery. Like, it's a completely different battlefield now. A world war completely different now than back then. I get it. It's completely different. But if you can't see the parallels between masked men showing up and demanding papers in neighborhoods and kicking doors down of people's houses just to send a message to everybody else, like, this is really what it is. They're just sending a message, leave. It's not that they're just trying to deport people. They're trying to send a message.
Yeah.
That's what this is. We don't want you here. Leave. If you're thinking about coming here, don't come here.
Also, look into the detention centers that they're putting up, guys. Like, they're terrible, and they're not letting official people in because they don't want them to see the conditions that these people are living in. It is similar to a concentration camp. Are they gassing them? No. But are they putting them in really horrible conditions where literally, I was listening to Pod Save America last week, and they're putting so many people in small spaces that they are taking turns on who can stand and who can lie down because there's not room for people to sleep. Yeah. So they're taking shifts. Can you imagine that?
And
there are children in these places too. And
this is the equivalent of a violation of having improper registration on your vehicle. To be honest, that's really what this is. It's improper registration. And I get it's like, yeah, you're breaking a rule. I get that. We're not trying to say, but I'm telling you right now, my tags on my car are expired. Does that mean that I should get ripped out of my car and taken to some camp because I'm not registering my car with the state properly? Like I said, we're not trying to just say it's a free for all and everybody should be able to do what they do and it without repercussion. That's not what we're saying. It's if you can't look around you and see that it's unusual for what we've experienced our entire life. I have never in my life seen this before with masked dudes that are really not even uniform. They're not. They don't. It's not like police officers with their badge. Unmarked cars, just demanding to see paperwork from random people because you look a certain way. It's fucking wild, Yeah. So I'm not. Like I said, I'm not trying to say that where we are now is millions of Jews being executed and hundreds of millions of people dying worldwide.
Overnight either.
Correct. And if you can't tell that there's very high tension in the world and that it's very volatile and what's happening, it is a little concerning. So,
well, and what you were saying with the eventually they may come for you. It reminds me of that famous quote where it's like, first they came for the Jews and I didn't speak up because they didn't come for me.
Yeah.
First then they came for the disabled people.
Yeah.
I didn't speak up because
disabled
they didn't come for me.
I didn't even think that. Yeah. Literally taking anybody that doesn't fit your purpose and just removing them.
And then eventually, he goes through multiple categories and then at the end he's like, and then they came for me and there was nobody else left to speak out for me.
Yeah.
And like, that's what, so if you want to take that, take the position of, well, it's not directly affecting me. Well, like it might one day. And also, is that how you're going to live your life? If it doesn't directly affect you, do you have empathy anywhere in your soul? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Now on to the next topic.
Okay.
We said it.
No, but I'm glad we brought it up.
Yeah. So last time I was here, it's kind of wild. Today's Thursday, February 5th. The last time I was here. Yeah. Was around Christmas time.
Yes.
Which is wild. It's been a minute. It's been busy. It's been very busy around the gym, holidays. But we were talking about glutes. We were talking about glute growth. That was the last one I was in.
Was it? Okay.
That's the last one I was in.
Okay.
Now, the last one you guys were in, you were speaking about, I know this. It was you and Heido.
Oh, we talked about
trends and.
Yes.
I knew it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So,
you have a better memory than me.
but one thing I wanted to do this with you.
Yes. Okay. We're going to play a game. We're
going to play just like a little game here. So we're just going to take top 5. We're going to take top 5 things and I want you to, just blind rank these.
Okay.
And these are, these are your top 5 glute growth exercises.
Okay.
Yes. And you're going to put them in, and I've got them right here.
Oh my God, I'm
excited.
excited.
Yeah. So it's going to go 1 through 5. And we'll just start with, I just love this one. Back squat. Barbell back squat for glutes.
Right. And I don't quite know what you're going to put up.
You don't know what I'm throwing up here
We're going
yet.
to say,
Yeah, you don't know what's coming.
right. I don't know what's coming.
You don't know what I got on this list.
I'm going to say 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
That's, hey, wow. Yeah, squats are, and there's tons of variety of squats.
True. And I really think that your body type and, the way your body is put together and your musculature really that can really dictate where you feel a squat.
Mm-hmm.
There are going to be people who feel it more in their quads, and there are going to be people who feel it more in their glutes.
Yeah.
Depending upon like how long your femur is, how long your torso is, right? So.
Yeah, I had a client today and we were doing sled pull.
Yeah.
So she had we put weight on the sled, put a belt around her, and she was walking backwards. And that's to me is an extension of my quads. I'm always just, my quads burn.
100%.
But she feels in her quads, but it's her glutes are on fire. She's like, her glutes are just are burning. Yeah. So it is, everybody's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yours are squats.
I'm going to put them at 4.
I like that.
Okay.
Let's go to the glute kickback. Cable glute kickback.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cable glute kickback.
Cable glute kickback. Yeah. Standing cable glute kickback. Yeah, this is tough, right?
3.
Wow. Yeah, I like where you're going here.
Okay.
These are good.
I'm nervous.
These are tough here.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
Okay.
Hip thrust.
1.
I love it. God, wow. There was no hesitation there. She had zero hesitation there. So we've got the 2 and the 5 open up.
Yeah.
The 2 spot and the 5 spot open up. Step up.
Ooh, 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And if I had known that was coming, I might have put that at 1.
Wow.
I might have put it at 1.
Well, now
That's
this
okay.
is, well, we're going to see if this just fucks up your whole list.
Shit.
So we've got 1 through 5.
I know what you're going to say.
Romanian deadlift.
Oh.
What'd you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to do I thought you were going to do a type of lunge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. Romanian deadlift, a 5. No, I think that's appropriate.
Wow. So
at least for
Amy's,
me. So
how do you feel you did? So you got hip thrust 1, step up 2.
Yeah.
Kickback 3, squat 4, Romanian deadlift 5.
So I think I still would have put Romanian deadlift at 5. I would have done step up either 1 or 2, depending. Anything single leg I feel like is going to be better than double leg.
Yeah.
So maybe it would have been at 1. I might have put barbell back squat. Here's the thing. I don't love a cable kickback.
Oh, wow.
It's okay. Like, it's fine.
What kickback do you like?
I would rather do a machine kickback, like the one that we have at the gym. I think
okay.
in my opinion, because of the placement, because with a cable, you have to put it around your ankle.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't kick back in the correct direction.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm coming at with that. If you do it correctly, you can really kill your glute.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But I think that there's just so much variety for, just nudge her. Just Mary
I love
Jane.
it. I think she just farted though.
Just go.
No, I love it.
Bug.
She's great here.
Get out of here.
No, she's
what
great.
Are you doing?
I love it.
I know, but can you just sit there like a good little girl?
I'll smell her farts.
Oh my, ew.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing it right now. It's not that I will. I am.
She's taking Spider-Man's place because he was the one that would always fart. Okay,
it's that turkey deli meat.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
And then wait. So maybe I would have put that one at 4, and then maybe barbell back squat at 3. That's how I would have redone it if I had known everything. Kickback 4.
Kickback 4. Squat 3.
Squat 3. Yeah. What about you? Out of curiosity.
Oh, I say hip thrust 1.
Okay.
RDL 2.
Really?
Yeah. Kickback 3. Step up 4. Squat 5.
Okay.
This step up is a hidden fucking gem though.
It is.
I'm telling you now, high box, lean forward, step back.
Lean
step
forward.
Oh my God, our glute crushers for sure.
Also, I'm surprised you didn't put any type of lunge on there because I'm a big
well,
fan of them.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I was like, I'll use the step up instead.
Sure.
I want to throw it off a little. I had to make the list a little mysterious. I was gonna put something really stupid in there, but I didn't. You know what I mean?
Like what?
Like a leg curl.
Oh.
You know, like like prone leg curl. It's like just something stupid, but yeah, I didn't.
Or an abductor. You didn't put an abductor.
But this is good. I like your list. I like your list the way it is. These are all, and this is what's tough is because we've talked about it before. There's so many glute exercises that are great glute exercises, but if you're trying to only grow your glutes, which most clients that I have that want to grow their glutes, they want to grow them not for strength or power.
It's more aesthetics.
It's the aesthetics.
Okay.
And so for aesthetics, you want to isolate your glutes and only train your glutes.
Yeah.
So it's hard, you know, that's why squats are great glute exercises, but they're so quad hamstring. So you're building everything with it. It's your core. You're using everything. It's a huge compound lift.
See, and that's what I feel about RDLs.
It's a very compound lift. It is.
Because RDL for me especially is very hamstring dominant.
Yeah.
But I know it's not the case.
And it is. I agree. My cues for the RDL are very hamstring centered.
Mm-hmm. Sure, mine too.
Lengthen, feel the stretch in your hamstrings, and then I don't cue glutes until after the hamstrings are stretched. Hamstring stretch. Yeah. So my cue that I use is it's probably so stupid, but your hamstring is your fishing line, and your glutes are the hook. So I want you to lengthen out your fishing line, hook the fish, and pull with pull with the hook up. But you got to lengthen. You got to pull the slack. You have to pull slack out with your hamstring. Hook with your glute. Pull the fish out with your glute.
Okay.
But I like your list. Yeah. I do like your list.
I think it's a little subjective, you know?
Yeah. More to come with these.
Okay. Cool. I like it.
More to come with these. Our next topic is kind of controversial.
Yes.
A little bit controversial and not in social awareness. Well, I guess a little bit.
Well,
because it's such a big trend. I know a lot of people that are doing this.
No, absolutely. And we do just want to quickly say that this is our opinion. Yeah. We are not doctors. We work with, at least I do right now. I have multiple clients that are on.
I do too.
These. Okay, perfect. So we definitely, we have, some experience working with people who are on it.
First, what are we talking about?
We're talking about GLP-1s. Yes. Which, if you're unfamiliar, a GLP-1 is a current weight loss. It's a peptide, right? So you're typically and initially it was an injectable. Now they're coming out with pills, but it's semaglutide, and some of them are other things beyond the semaglutide. But the popular ones are going to be Ozempic, Wegovy, Tirzepatide. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I know Ozempic.
Tirzepatide. Yes. Those are the most popular ones that I can think of. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But there's ones that aren't even name branded now. Like if you guys are watching TV, you're probably seeing companies like Roe and Hers that are advertising either the injectables or the pills now. Like it's just getting super duper popular. Yeah. So what are your thoughts?
Well, how I am, and maybe a cop out, but how I am on anything fitness or nutrition related it's different for every person.
Yeah. 100%.
I will say this. I don't know all the side effects. Like I'm not a pharmacy tech. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not a doctor. I don't know the impacts that it has on your body with side effects. But anything you do is going to have side effects, something that's going to happen to you on the opposite end. I can tell you what the leading cause of death is in the United States of America, and that is heart disease. Mm-hmm. And heart disease is directly linked into people's lifestyle and their diet.
Yeah.
And the majority of our country is now leaning towards being overweight. Like we're getting to that point where it's like, and if you look at like the images of Americans across the world, like if you would look at like what does an American look like in the 50s and what people draw us as, you know, like we kind of stuck out in a certain way. Now Americans we kind of stick out as very unhealthy.
Ugh.
It's
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. I think what's interesting about our country compared to a lot of other countries, especially like European countries, is that we have people in either extreme in a lot of cases, right? So we have like our really, really fit people. And then we have, you know, our obese and morbidly obese people. Sure, there are people in the middle, but when you go to Europe, you see a lot of people that are kind of, they walk every day, they bike everywhere, they're super active, but they're not necessarily fit to the degree that you and I are. Mm-hmm. But their lifestyle is healthier all around. So they're walking, they're biking, they're eating foods that aren't like drenched in glyphosate. Their wine doesn't have a ton of sulfites in it. Like, right? Like
it's probably less. I haven't been out of the country, but what I've always heard described is there's not a lot of Walmarts and there's not a lot of packaged processed foods.
More farm to table in a lot of places, right?
Yeah, your markets that you go to get your food, it's all like fresh produce and it's more like farmer markets and you're buying real food as opposed to like what we're getting is packaged
right
stuff. It's hard for me. For me personally, before I got into fitness, I look at when I used to go to the grocery store, what I would buy. I'm blown away.
Oh my God, tell me.
I'm blown away.
I'm so curious.
Oh yeah, my whole thing was like dinners.
Pop, right? Because you drank a lot of pop at the time.
So much pop. That was always I don't judge people, but I'm in the grocery store. I just see everybody's getting, not everybody, but you see a lot of people are getting.
I judge people's carts like crazy.
Like
I'll be honest.
It's like, geez, you just got 3 12-packs of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I always got pop cereal. Cereal for breakfast was a staple.
Like sugary ones?
Oh my God, yeah, all of it. Frosted Flakes, Reese. I haven't bought a box of cereal in months. Every now and then I'll get a craving for Reese's Puffs. Okay. And I'll get a box, but it's not for breakfast. It's for
like dessert almost.
It's a dessert for me. But that was breakfast was bowls of cereal. It was dinners were always canned spaghetti sauces. Pasta, canned spaghetti sauces, and I'd mix ground beef in it, obviously, so like there was protein in it.
Oh, that's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but it is like I'm never making anything from scratch. And the other ones are hamburger helpers, and I was using same thing. It's like I would cook the ground beef, but lots of hamburger helper. It's just wild the things. And now it's like I haven't bought hamburger helper, and like unless the kids ask for it, like Robbie or Josh, if they ask for me to get some for them and they want to cook with it, they'll give me weird shopping lists sometimes, and I'll get them stuff. But when I go in, it's always I basically just get proteins, and all the stuff it's very bland.
Yeah.
It's
you don't.
Yeah, you see what I eat. It's very bland.
I always make fun of Robbie and Hyro for what they eat because they don't eat for taste.
No, it's just very. Yeah,
and I do. I like my food to taste good.
Yeah, the joke is Mike Solis, who's our out of German Garage, our sponsor, always tells me I'm eating the farmer's dog. If you know what the farmer's dog is like the food that they make for dogs, like the fresh ingredients, and it just looks like that. That's when I bring my lunch in, it kind of looks like that. Other than, and I still fuck up now a little bit. I get Wendy's chili. I get the Wendy's chili, canned chili, but that's just a...
But you said that has like a lot of protein.
It's a lot of protein,
yeah.
Yeah, 2 cans is like 70 grams of protein in 2 cans.
That's wild.
Yeah. So that's more like bail me out. But for the most part, and going back to like the lifestyle and here in the United States, I have no problem with anybody. If your issue is weight and you're having
having health related issues. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you're overweight.
Yeah. Weight-related issues for your health.
Please, yes. I don't think there's anything wrong with it whatsoever. If your doctor tells you it's okay, 100%, I would much rather you deal with that than heart disease from...
Or diabetes type 2, right?
Oh, geez, I'm sorry, I'm burpy. I don't know if you know who Ryan Fish is. Hey, Ryan Fish is... you guys can look him up. And how he became an influencer is wild. His story. Do you know how he became an influencer? He started this guy. He has like his own app. It's a workout app, and he has 40,000 users or whatever. He's a millionaire. He's very successful. And how he began his career was so he was a CrossFit athlete. champion CrossFit athlete, and you know those guys don't get paid. So it's like same thing. UFC. You look at the UFC fighters like Conor McGregor. Those guys that are like high stars. They're not getting paid by the UFC. They're making money there, but they ain't making that much money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get to that point and you'll make they'll get you a mil per fight or whatever. But
no, Conor's not getting paid that in his fights. He is with Floyd Mayweather doing like these exhibition.
That's what I mean.
But not in the UFC. Like in the UFC, if you're in the UFC, the UFC
sure.
is not paying these guys.
No, they pay him jack.
Yeah, they're getting paid. Sponsorships, endorsements. That's how they make their money. So Ryan Fish knew he's not going to get paid by winning CrossFit competitions.
Right.
He has to stand out among the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So what he did was he fucking like rented a truck and set like a barbell, like a back squat, I can't remember what it was, if it was deadlifts or back squats or something, but they drove around. I don't know if it was LA, it was like a major city, and he just drove around and they filmed him doing it. He's just doing deadlifts in a car or in the back of a truck, like a moving truck, and had
oh my God.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. Yeah, but anyway, it made him, that is what created the viral thing and made him explode. But he has his content, to me, is fantastic.
Okay.
And this is his thing. He'll post hey, it's very simple. Here's 2,200 calories broken up. These are the meals that you can eat right here. It's just very simple. Eat this every day and you'll get jacked, you know? And it's just this breakdown of foods. And he gives, I'm telling you, simple tips. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but there's very simple things that you can do with your diet to drop your calorie count significantly.
Okay.
One is, I know it costs more, but if you get 73 or 70-30, 73-27 ground beef, 80-20, whatever it is, if that's the ground beef you're buying and you just switch to lean ground beef, you're going to pay a little bit more. The calorie count is significantly lower. Yeah. Significantly. The other one he always brings up, he goes, here, you want to let's say you eat a bunch of eggs. Get egg whites instead.
Right.
And I get they may not taste well, but they're eggs. You're putting eggs in your recipe, and here's where I'm going with it. Because you're like, why did I get off on this tangent? He'll post this thing about the eggs, and just every time you just get all these comments of people that are like, yeah, but you need the egg yolks. This is the stupidest take. You need the egg yolks because it gives you this the protein that you get inside of that egg yolk is more, and the nutrients that you get. And this is his point. He goes, you are polishing doorknobs while the Titanic is sinking. The only objective when you are overweight is to lose weight. That is your only objective. And if you start nitpicking things about what, like, so to me, Ozempic, like when these people are like that, they get upset with people being on Ozempic.
Yeah.
If this is getting you to lose weight and for you to be healthy, I don't fucking care. I don't care whatsoever. Now, if you're using it to really, really get down,
right? If you're a celebrity,
yeah, then, and this is the same thing.
Already thin.
And this is the thing. People do whatever they want, but if it was a client of mine, like if I have a client of mine, I'm not going to give any names, but if they come in, I'll give you one now. I have a guy that comes in and he's not overweight. In his mind, he's very concerned with his physique and his body fat composition.
Okay.
But you look at him, he's having progress. He has a great diet.
Yeah.
If he came to me and asked my opinion on whether he should be on Ozempic, it would be like,
say no.
Yeah, there's no 100% no. This is similar to me with steroids. If anybody comes to me and they want to take steroids, I'll tell you what, I got a guy that I'm working with now that has a bad knee from a mountain biking accident that just occurred. He just got back and got cleared, so we're trying to strengthen his knee. If he can get cleared to have steroids put into his knee to help him heal, I have no problem with that. Like, I have no problem with that. If you get sick and you go to the hospital and they're going to give you like prednisone or some sort of steroid for your lungs, yeah, like if that's going to help your body heal. But if you're doing it to get massive, I'm never going to tell you to do that.
No.
Like ever. And I'm not going to assist you in getting there. But there's a line between doing something to help you heal or be
Right,
healthy.
Right.
And something
Yeah,
to take
yeah, I see what you're saying.
to give you a competitive advantage or an advantage that you feel is going to make you hotter or thinner or whatever it is.
Well, and let's, hand in hand with that, let's also then say that there is no quick fix without consequences.
Correct.
Right? So when you're looking at steroids, when you're looking at GLP-1s, and again, not a doctor, but there are side effects to both of these, whatever you want to call them, supplements, medications, whatever. And, most people know the side effects of steroids. But in case you don't, first of all, if a woman takes steroids, your voice is going to lower. You might be growing hair places you don't want to. You're going to maybe appear a little bit more manly because you have much more testosterone in your body. But also for men, it's, first of all, if you're taking testosterone, your estrogen is also going to go up, right? So you should be on estrogen blockers if you're taking testosterone. And if you're not doing it the right way, you may get man boobs. That's one thing. It puts a lot of strain on your heart, right? Like there are really young people that unfortunately are dying from steroids because they're doing too much, and it's really hard on your heart. It can shorten your lifespan. Yeah.
Pretty much all of my childhood heroes from
Yeah.
WWF
Yeah.
are all dead or
Yeah.
in very bad shape. And these
Yeah.
were guys like in the 80s that were rock stars.
But then there are guys out there who are like, look, I know these risks and I'm willing to take them because doing this makes me feel really good in the moment. And
I think, and I'll tell you this, in my opinion, like it's the WWE now. These guys, the wrestlers. I'm sure those guys are all juiced on something, but I would imagine that the regiment that they're on is so much more scientific and more like they're at a height where they probably have high end doctors or someone regulating what they're doing. The normal person, I don't even know. Like if I were to be like, hey, I want to do a bodybuilding show and I'm going to take some steroids, I wouldn't even know.
No.
And I think that's
and the thing is there's so many guys out there pushing that stuff, right? Like you go walk into a Gold's Gym and like if you want to do that shit, you're going to be very quickly linked up with somebody who can get it for you at a cheap price.
That's wild.
And that's probably not what you want to be doing because you're not having a doctor looking like regulating your process.
Yeah.
No bueno.
100%.
And I know this based upon somebody I dated. So
you know what? I know one of my favorite bodybuilders, oh my God, I can't even remember his name now. Joe. God, I can't remember his name. It's so wild how time just flies.
Yeah.
Time flies. And this has got to be probably 2 years ago that he died.
Okay.
But he was one of my favorite current dudes on Instagram. And he was young. He had to have been like late 20s, maybe early 30s, maybe. And
God.
they didn't really disclose his death, but it was it had to have been related to that. It was health issues related to his heart issues or whatever. But you look at his content; he had the greatest content, and he just had this enormous, yoked physique that was just gorgeous. And I was like, "That's the physique I want right there." And it can come with a price.
It can come with a price, and so, to veer back towards the GLP-1s, there are a lot of people out there. First of all, one of my issues with it is when you have like the celebrities, the people who are influencers, whoever they are, that are on them that don't disclose it, but all of a sudden they've dropped 20 pounds and they look amazing. And then they tell you it's diet and exercise. I don't like that shit because you are a role model for people out there, right? If you're an influencer, if you're a celebrity, people are watching you. And a lot of those people can be young girls. And if you're telling them this is just diet and exercise, when in reality you have had a little bit of a helper, these girls in a lot of cases are going to be like, oh, all I've got to do is starve myself, which is not healthy. So I don't disagree with or I don't agree with the dishonesty that I think is often surrounding this stuff. That being said, I definitely agree with Robbie where if you are somebody who is struggling with being morbidly obese, whatever it may be, and that is causing health issues, whether it's type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, heart issues, heart disease, fatty liver, whatever it may be, and dropping your weight and dropping some body fat is going to improve your health, absolutely go for it.
Yes.
In my opinion, that's what I believe.
Yeah, and I do want to touch on what you just said with famous people, influencers. I don't know if you know who Goob is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Goob is one of my favorite fitness influencers because what he does is he just exposes lies.
Yes.
And his whole platform is based on calling out people. And he doesn't, you know what? He does. And what he does is he calls out people really for just editing their photos is really what it is. Like if you edit your photos, he calls you out on it. Now, I get what you're probably thinking if you don't know who he is. You're like, he just calls out people for editing their photos. That's a criteria. That's one of the criteria that you have to meet is that you have to edit your photos. He will not just expose anybody that edits our photos. If you want to edit your photos to make yourself look a certain way online, nobody cares. If you want to make yourself look a certain way or have AI make pictures of you to make you look, that's totally fine. Mm-hmm. But if you are selling a lifestyle, a product, if you are influencing people, if you have an influence over people and you're telling them that you're doing something a certain way,
and then it's making you look that way,
and that's why you look that way, but it's really you're taking some sort of supplement, you are on steroids,
right?
You are editing your pictures.
Liver King, for example.
Yeah, Liver King. Same thing was the guy. His whole. If you don't know who Liver King is, everybody should know because they had a documentary of him on Netflix, right?
Yeah, so I think it was.
But
Netflix.
Liver King, I knew it's wild. Most people don't know who Liver King was until that documentary dropped. But we followed him at the gym forever, and he would infuriate us because Liver King.
We always knew it was bullshit.
We knew it was bullshit. This dude is obviously on steroids. He denies he's on steroids, and then tells everybody the secret to his health is the 9 ancestral tenets, which involve eating raw fucking meat.
Crazy.
Bull testicles. Like you had to go out and you had to go to a butcher and buy raw meat, and you need to eat raw, uncooked meat in order. Yes. And then you find out the guy is spending what it was like $15,000 a month on steroids, which we all knew. So that's the thing is like, if you are, for me too, like when I post content of me and my workouts and what I'm doing, and if you see my macros and my splits or anything, if you were to find out that I was doing steroids or doing something, taking something illegal, or it would completely discredit everything that I'm saying. That's what we're
talking about.
That's what we're talking about there. We're not telling you that you shouldn't take Ozempic, but if you are on Ozempic, like if I was on Ozempic right now, I should 100% disclose that to everybody.
Exactly.
Everybody should know that I'm doing that, Same thing if I was on steroids or anything that's giving you that unnecessary edge. Yeah. 100% should be disclosed.
I've been working with Legion for a couple months now as like a partner of theirs or whatever, and so I talk about their products, and I have certain deliverables I have to hit every month for sharing content about their company and stuff like that. And like last week I posted a reel of my abs because
I saw that.
Yeah. Because I'm like pretty shredded right now because of the supplements I'm taking through Legion. And obviously I work really hard too.
Because you work hard and your diet's on point.
Yes, 100%. But if I was also taking Ozempic or taking another GLP-1 and I said, oh, I look like this because of the supplements I'm taking and because of how hard I work, that wouldn't be entirely, it would.
It's misleading.
It's misleading. And it's, or if I was taking steroids, right? If I was also taking some sort of like tren or whatever, and I didn't disclose that, it's like, well, come on.
And in going back to that, if any of you are listening that are doing this, I'm not knocking you. I have nothing but respect for, I don't care how you got your physique or what you're doing. That does.
Totally.
I don't care. But if you're attempting to influence, and that's, to be honest too, like I don't have like a huge following, but that's like what I do.
Yeah.
It's
right.
like I try to use my social media to influence people to come to our gym and come to my yoga classes and sign up for nutrition with me. If it's an illegal practice for you to be misleading people, it's just like the same thing if you watch commercials on TV and they're lying to you in the commercials.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when they have the the commercials for Ozempic or whatever, everybody's smiling and laughing. They've got the warning labels on the bottom of the screen. Always. It's always there. You have to disclose that information.
Or they'll be like, these are paid actors. These are not people who are actually taking our drug.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
And then I do just want to touch on a couple other things that I've noticed since knowing people and specifically clients who are on Ozempic or on another GLP-1 is, okay, so these are things to just consider if this is something that you're considering doing, is whenever you lose weight extraordinarily quickly, which on a lot of these drugs you do, because what these drugs do are they reduce your appetite, and they reduce, or in some cases completely negate, food noise. And people who struggle with food in different modalities, whether it's eating disorders, whether it's overeating, whatever it may be, binge eating, a lot of them complain of something called food noise, which is basically you're thinking about food all the time. Like, when's my next meal coming? You're thinking about, even though you're trying to eat healthy, all you can think about is like sugary foods, fatty foods. It's really hard for you to maybe have small portions because you're overeating a lot, because again, like all this food noise, right? So these drugs do a really good job of reducing that. And so again, due to all those things, you may lose weight extremely quickly. When you are losing weight that quickly, guess what, guys? It's not just fat. You're losing a lot of muscle.
Firstly, it's mostly muscle.
Yeah, honestly. And so what I'm noticing is, you can see it, like you can see it within the aesthetic of the person. Okay. Second of all, it's just something to be aware of, because again, if you're dropping weight this quickly, do not stop lifting weights. Okay. Because guess what? You're losing a lot of your muscle mass, and you need to be working to replace it. Okay. Same thing with, honestly, like, you got to think about your bone mass as well, especially women, right? And if you're eating less, and you may be eating less vitamins and minerals as well. And so you want to be making sure that you're still weightlifting to hold on to that bone mass, hold on to that muscle mass. The other thing I've noticed is, because, and this is also why I'm saying this about losing muscle and keying you guys into that, is that I've noticed that people who are losing weight quickly like this with these GLP-1s, they often lose they lose the initiative to work out, because I think a lot of people, they work out to lose weight. They work out for aesthetic purposes. They work out to look good. And so if that is your main reason for working out, and then you go on a medication that is doing it for you.
That's not cheap.
That's not cheap. What I'm noticing in my experience with some of my clients is people are dropping off the map with regard to their workouts. And I just want to bring it up as something to be aware of. Just because you are on something that is helping you to lose weight does not mean you should walk away from exercise. Exercise has so many more benefits beyond weight loss. And, with these GLP-1s, now they're now saying that you might have to be on them for the rest of your life if you start them. But there are a lot of people out there who don't want to be on them for the rest of their lives. If you don't want to be on it for the rest of your life, you have to create good habits while you are on it.
Without a doubt. And
that is going to include eating well, and it's going to include continuing to work out. So these are my opinions.
But you're correct.
Yeah. And these are my observations of things that I've observed.
Yeah.
So
100%.
again, we're not against it. We think that it's an absolutely, in a lot of cases, a necessary tool, but there are some qualms I have. Yeah.
I can tell you I don't know if you know Dr. Mike Israetel. So Dr. Mike Israetel he's an influencer. He's a doctor he has a PhD in fat loss, or I don't know what it is, but he's kind of come under attack in the last few months because there's questions about the validity of his PhD and his
Ooh.
his I don't know because I don't have a doctorate, so I don't know, but your final, I don't know if it's your thesis or whatever it is, your final.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah, but he's
yes.
But he's the one that really kind of changed my perspective of Ozempic, because I used to look at Ozempic which is like, that's stop. Why are you like, get healthy?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to lose weight. But he kind of made it, and he goes, you know what? It kind of related to what I thought about with Ryan Fish too. Is like, if you have a tool that's going to help you get there, it's like telling someone that you need to walk to work every day when you can, it's like, yeah, is it bad for the environment, your car? Yeah, but you need to kind of get there on time. And
oh yeah.
If it's going to give you that avenue to get there to your health for the necessity, then because Dr. Mike's wife is on Ozempic, and he was talking to me. He goes, it's a health thing with her. And I had a client, and she was on Ozempic, and this was like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the Ozempic, she's on Ozempic now still, but before it became a craze, before like this huge trend was I think the reason it became so trendy is because they discontinued insurance for it. So you could get it covered by your insurance, and then she got dropped by insurance because she didn't have
diabetes, probably
whatever it was. She didn't have that, and then she gained like 40 pounds. I mean, it was fast. She gained like 40 pounds fast, and it's crazy how expensive it is. But she eventually got cleared, got it through, and I think that's what they did, is they found that it's like you don't have to just have diabetes to take it. Like it was a drug for diabetes, but now. But like I said, I'm not sure about this. I don't know all the ins and outs. I just know my experience with her. She got back on Ozempic and she lost the weight, and she was just like, yeah, I just have to be on it, and I get it. Sometimes I get caught in my head thinking that everybody needs to do it the way that I'm doing it. Like, if you would just do this, but not everybody's,
built that way.
Yeah. And I don't, this is going to sound very conceited. I mean, it's just, but I'm just going to say, it's just going to be very conceited, and I'll show it to you. I mean, not everybody is. I mean, look at this. This is my Tuesday. It's a 19-hour day.
Oh yeah.
Not everybody is waking up at 3:15 in the morning and going to bed at 10:30 at night and working. I mean, those are my.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that, but it's like, yeah, I'm, I'm burning, 4,000 to 5,000 calories.
Yeah.
Not everybody
has a motor like that.
Or most people are. 99% of the population is not employed by a gym and a yoga studio.
Also that.
That's like where you get a break instead of, like if you're a waiter at a restaurant, your break is you go out back and you smoke a cigarette by the dumpster.
You do some cocaine.
Yeah, right. I'm in the gyms, like you get a break, you go and you fucking hit the squat rack.
Yeah.
You go hit the squat rack, So I get I get caught in that thing. Like, why don't you just do it like me this way? Most people are not there. But at the same time, you should add a little bit more. People are like, I have no time. I'm telling you, you can cut another hour.
Baby.
I know you can cut another hour. There are people, I'm there. I'm at the gym, and like I said, I'm not knocking people. Like, I know I'm never gonna say anything because you get in the gym. Mm-hmm. You handle your business and you're in the gym. So I'm not gonna say like, oh, you're not at the gym at 5 a.m. Like, you don't you don't need to.
Yeah.
There are people. The majority of the people in the gym at 5 a.m. have to be there at 5 a.m.
They have to be there at 5 a.m.
or they're not going to get it in.
Yeah.
They're sacrificing a certain way to get it. Like, or
7, 8 o'clock at night.
Or 7, 8 o'clock at night when nobody, when you got to be at home doing things. Or some people, they're blocking out meetings on their calendar and they're coming in the middle of the day. Like, there is a way for you to get it done.
Yes.
But at the same time, like, if you need help, then get help,
Yeah.
It's, to me, it's a little similar to like these guys like Andrew Tate, that's just like depression doesn't exist. Yeah, you need to go get in the sun and I get that, getting in the sun and eating a good diet and exercise, like all these things are going to help with depression.
Sure.
But some people have imbalances in their brain and they need to take something to help them with that.
Right.
And for me, as someone that doesn't experience that, to be like, oh, that's for me to tell any client like, oh, no, you shouldn't be taking fucking antidepressants. You need to be getting up at 5 a.m. and drinking raw eggs and getting out there and fucking running and jumping in frozen lakes. And don't you listen to David Goggins? It's like, no, that's not, everyone's different.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
Absolutely.
You got to figure out what's going to work for you, which I think is a common theme of what we're always talking about. We're trying to guide you in the right direction, but at the same time, like, it's ultimately, I'll tell you another thing. I had a girl, I had a girl reach out to me a few weeks ago, and at the beginning, I used to go after clients, and I learned that from Miguel. He was like, you're a shark. You got to go after him. So you go after clients, and I realized I'm done chasing people. Mm-hmm. I'm just done doing that. Yeah. Trying to force people. It's like I'm not a salesman trying to get you to come to me. No. So now when clients come and work with me, I kind of make them jump through hoops a little bit. And it's just how I am. I'm not, if you want to work with me, I'm like, here's the link to my Calendly. Here's ways that you can do it, but I'm not
following up.
I'm not following up. You got to, so this girl reached out to me, wanted to do nutrition. I was like, yeah. We'll talk. And I don't address it again. I'm like, she needs to reach out to me. Mm-hmm. So then she reaches out to me again. She goes, hey, you never text me back. And I said, okay, this is kind of how I am. If you want to work with me, then I want to know. So let's set up a time. So she set up a time through my calendar, 15-minute phone conversation. We talk on the phone. She's like, I'm ready to do this. And I said, no, I want you to wait 24 hours at least. I don't care if it's 24 hours, a week, 2 weeks, whatever. But I want you to once again reach out to me and tell me that you want to do this. I want something in writing from you. It's like, hey, I'm committed to doing this, and then we'll start the process. And within like a week, it's an excuse of why I can't. It's just so hard. I feel like I need a plan, and it's just like, oh, okay, best of luck to you. That's it. I'm not.
No, you don't. It's hard for us to care more about it than you do.
Yes.
And that has happened to both of us so many times.
Yes.
And it's a lot of like emotional toll on us, because we want it more than you guys do, and then that really kind of sucks.
It fucks with you a little bit because it's your success story. Your success story, your individual success story is also tied to my success story.
100%. So like and also we also care about you guys.
Yes.
That's why we're in the business we're in.
100%.
Because we care about people.
So it's ultimately, and getting back to it, is like, all of this is going to be on you. All of it is. We're here to guide you through it and help you with it, provide accountability, give you our professional opinions and our experience that we have over the years and our time, effort, energy. Yeah. We'll give you all of that, but there's no bullet. There's no magic bullet that's going to just erase everything, Yeah. It's like you're going to have to figure it out for yourself always, but we're here to help. And you know where to find us.
Yeah.
Fitness. Amy's Chasing Amy.
Yeah. Chasing with 2 G's _ Amy with 2 Y's. Robbie is 3, the number 3.
3
boys and dad.
It's my Instagram
and
handle.
then C2F is at
C2F.
C_F Arvada. And then Hyro is Hyro _ Lopez.
Yes.
With 2 Z's .303.
Yep.
In the number.
You can find any one of us, and we would love to help.
Yeah. And we have other amazing trainers at the gym too, all of us run our own businesses out of the gym. So the gym does not employ any of us. So the good thing about that is everybody has their own niche. And so if you just come into the gym one day and like pick some brains and ask about, who's available and what people specialize in, and we can totally help you out. Yeah,
I'll tell you this too. I had there's a boxer. This guy, his name's Rob, same name as me. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you see him in there. His name's Rob. He's a boxer. Okay. Comes into the gym and he's lost like 40 pounds since he's been coming in. And he goes, hey, Heido texted me. He goes, a free consultation. What do I do about that? And I was like, well, you can reach out to Heido, or I was like, I do them too, but I'm not trying to poach what Heido's doing. So number one was like, I'm not trying to poach. Heido texted you, reach back to Heido. Here's my contact information. You reach out to me, but reach out to Heido about.
Yeah.
And then when I talked to Heido, I was like, hey, just, Rob came in, the boxer, and he's like, oh man, you reach out to him. And I was like, well, I was going to let you because when he's a boxer, and there's other guys in there. I know Brennan, Michael, Matt, there's other guys. So maybe he would resonate more with those guys. If he's reaching out to me and he's coming up to me like, hey, I want to work with you, then I will work with him.
Yeah,
but
sure.
That's how we all are.
Yeah.
If I had Eileen is my client. Eileen wanted to train for a marathon. Mm-hmm. am I training her for a marathon?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how we operate. You know, it's
Right.
like there's somebody in there that'll help. So Amy took Eileen and helped train her for a marathon.
Right.
Like, that's how it is there. That's the culture
Yeah.
there. Like, there's someone that will be able to help you and resonate with you without a doubt.
Yeah. And just a reminder, we are, we train High Rocks now. So if you want to come and do High Rocks with us on Thursdays, we have free classes on Thursdays at 12:30. And then also I'm starting to write High Rocks training plans. So if you want a
that's
training
awesome.
plan, and if you're
love that.
training for a High Rocks,
Today's High Rocks workout was awesome.
it was so awesome.
I thought it was awesome. The group, it was a good group. It's good
Yeah.
energy. I felt good in there. It's so funny training over time. At the beginning was
so hard.
It was miserable for me. And now you just kind of
Yeah. We're definitely all getting better for sure. Like,
without a doubt. You remember at the beginning, I felt like I was always last place, and now I feel like I'm not leading, but I'm not.
I love it.
I'm not in the back fucking asking
No,
you guys to
oh my
bail
God,
me
not
out
at
anymore.
all.
Yeah, and that was
Not
that
at
way
all.
for a while. It was that way for a long time. So, but yeah, 12:30 Thursdays.
Yeah.
100%.
Awesome.
Yay.
Well, thanks for joining us for another episode of Gym and Tonic, and we will see you guys in and real quick, we would love to hear in the comments what your opinions are about GLP-1s, because let's discuss it. We're
Yes.
always we're also always just open to questions, open to people's suggestions regarding topics and things like that too.
Yes.
So yeah. All right, cool. We'll see you in a couple weeks.